Hello and welcome to WinMan. Today I'm going to show you how to create a sales invoice. There are 4 methods of creating sales invoices. These are creating the invoice whilst finalizing a shipment, adding an invoice from a shipment, creating an invoice only, and auto-invoicing. Firstly, I'm going to talk about creating the invoice whilst finalizing the shipment. Firstly, navigate to the Search Modules tab and type Shipments. Existing shipments can be found using the search in the top right corner. There is a separate video available showing how to create a new shipment. To finalize and invoice a draft shipment, first select the draft that you want to be finalized. Next, go across and select the drop-down. Then click on Finalize. Ensure that the Create Invoice box is selected, and, if required, select the Finalize Invoice box as well. After the appropriate boxes have been selected, click Save, and this will add an invoice to the shipment. The shipment and invoice have now been finalized. The first way of creating a sales invoice is now finished. The second method is to create an invoice from a shipment. Firstly, navigate to the Search Modules tab and type Shipments. Existing shipments can be found using the search bar in the top right corner. Next, select a finalized shipment. Then, go across and select the drop-down. And then click on Invoice Shipment. Ensure that the Finalize Invoice box is ticked, and then click Save. The second way of creating a sales invoice is now finished. The third way of creating a sales invoice is by adding an invoice. Firstly, navigate to the Search Modules tab and type Sales Invoices. Existing invoices can be found using the search bar. If it is a new invoice, select the plus New Invoice tab in the top right corner. Select the customer that is purchasing the item, and fill out the appropriate boxes. The defaults are taken from system settings and can be altered if necessary. Once you have filled in the information, click Save. You have now created the main page of your sales invoice. In the Sales Invoice Items box, select the drop-down and click on Invoice Shipped Items. Select the suitable products for the shipment, and then click Save. If the products are invoice only or additional items need to be added, you can add them by selecting the drop-down and adding a non-stock item, for example, freight. Once you have checked over the invoice, select the drop-down and click Finalize. Once the invoice has finalized, select the drop-down and click on Sales Invoice. This allows the supplier to print or email the report to the customer. You have now completed the third way of creating a sales invoice. The final way of creating a sales invoice is by auto-invoicing. An overnight routine can be run to create an invoice for anything that has been shipped, but not invoiced. To do this, go to the Search Modules tab and type System Agent. There is a separate video explaining the system agent jobs. Next, go across to the 3 dots at the end of the Auto Invoice box and select Run. Wait until the progress bar reaches 100%. You are able to run it manually, or you can do it on a timer. An option exists against the customer account to determine if the invoice is automatically finalized as part of Auto Run. To set the flag, go to the Search Modules tab and type Accounts. Existing accounts can be found using the search bar. Otherwise, go down and manually select the correct customer account that needs the invoice. After that, go across and select the Modify tab. Then go to the Customer Financials tab and set the Finalize on Auto Invoice box if required. Then go down and click Save. The final way of creating a sales invoice is now complete. With all methods of creating a sales invoice, you can see the link from the invoice to the shipment and order via the Relations tab. To see this, go to the Search Modules tab and type Sales Invoices. Existing sales invoices can be found using the search bar. Otherwise, go down and manually select the appropriate sales invoice. Then go across and select the Relations tab. This now shows the link from the shipment to the order and the invoice. The ways of creating sales invoices are now all complete. For more helpful guides, please check the WinMan website.